forgot to set up my mic. Oh, my brain today. Okay, so we're going to be doing a new playthrough of Scarlet Hollow, and starting with Chapter 1, and having new traits and some new abilities that will hopefully help us get some interesting scenes in this new playthrough. And let's go ahead and get started. Do-do-do-do. Oh, I forgot to say, if you missed the ending of Chapter 4, I have the VODs available on Twitch. They're also available on YouTube at PandaPause. So you can see any of the chapters that you missed. And I'll have to go in and actually label them so that they have the right chapter names. But if you do it in date order, that should get you close. But I'll go in and sometime and fix that so that it actually says what the chapter names are. Okay, let's go ahead and start. Let's stick with Scarlet Hollow because... Is that H-O? Because I am... And we're gonna still do female. Alright, so let's see. We did talk to animals, and it's gonna be so sad to not be able to talk to Gretchen and the other animals. Let's see. You see the threads of reality in ways others cannot. Book smart, well-read, and rational, possess a wealth of esoteric knowledge and know when to use it. Talented researcher. Maybe being mystical and having a keen eye would be good. So I have the third eye and good eyes. Woo! Okay. So we're gonna go with those traits. And let's get started. Oh, I'm so nervous. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother, and your aunt seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Mystical. But it was also more than just the social pressure of the invitation that pushed you to accept it. Something has been tugging you back to this place your entire life. There was no choice to be made, because you were always going to find your way here. So when your cousin called, you knew what had to be done. And now, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So, anyways, as I was saying, this guy... Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly. That was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff. You know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Gonna remain silent. You do your best to keep a blank face. Waking up and by extension accidentally giving the strange man permission to keep talking to you was a mistake. So this girl comes up to us swinging her purse, yelling about how she was going to call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess he really was mad and not just playing. But she kept swinging, and soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbor, all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked, so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that. We've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me. Like, for real. And geez, you ever get so mad you just want to, like, kill somebody? Let's see, I'm trying to remember what I said last time. I think there was an option that the Street Smart gave me that I went ahead with. I'm gonna threaten him. Yeah, I kind of feel like killing someone right now, actually. You flash him a knowing glare. See, you get it. You never know what a broken heart is going to do to you until you're staring at it face to face. It can change a person, you know? Make them think things they never thought they could. Ha! I honestly could have killed that woman. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I always wanted to go there. Let's see. Keen eye. You were so worked up by the thought of losing her that you threatened to kill her, but now that she's given birth to a child you created together, you're planning on running off? Even if you love her, think about whether that love is strong enough that you'd be able to handle raising a kid together. Think about how your actions are going to impact his life, and whether removing yourself would be better for him in the long run. Wow, now that I'm talking to him, he's looking at his phone. So fucking rude. Huh, yeah, good stuff to think about. Anyways, where'd you say you were headed? Now that he ignored me when I was talking to him, I really don't even want to talk to him anymore. Home, I think. I've never been, but I felt it like a call at the back of my mind for as long as I can remember. Some things can only be put off for so long. The young man anxiously shifts in his seat. For one perceptible moment, it's his turn to feel uncomfortable before he catches himself and heartily laughs. Oh, you must be talking about Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in the mountains. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around. So if you aren't getting off at my stop, you must be headed up that way. Almost nobody ever goes there. I'm usually alone on the bus by now, though actually, I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the Holler, you see, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are. Thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while, now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. Ah, hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone for once focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. I hope you don't get too bored without me to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Tip: sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. Sorry, car alarm. Let's see. I'm gonna say I'm allergic to peanuts because I want to see what that does storyline wise when all we got is BB&J to eat. Oh, huh. These could probably kill you then, couldn't they? Well, like I said, I'm done carrying them. They're yours. The young man sets the peanuts down on the empty seat next to him. The juices dribble out through the bottom of the bag and into the upholstery, instantly soaking it in peanut brine. Ugh. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. And just like that, you're alone, the stranger's peanuts soaking into the seat across from you. You do your best to hold your breath as the bus rattles to your destination. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, into the line. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop. Its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Hey, Panda Paws. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Hey, Tabitha. Come on, let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. Doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Tip: dialogue options labeled Explorer can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Let's see. How are you holding up? Fine. Guess I'll use my keen eye. Are you sure? You seem tense. You know you can talk to me, right? I went through something similar when my own mom passed. She tenses up even more at the mention of your mom before letting out a heavy sigh. Maybe it's a sore spot for her. You quickly apologize. I'm sorry. I know that's probably not what you're looking to hear right now. Look, I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine, really. I didn't say this last time. I guess my person is gonna be not as tactful this time around. I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? Your cousin turns to you with an icy glare. She did not like that at all. Maybe this would have worked to ease the tension if she were someone else, but she isn't. You're really not going to drop it, are you? She turns back to the road, her expression cold and unforgiving. I'm gonna remain silent. Oof. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. After that icy glare, I don't want to say anything else to piss her off. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive. Each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen, and hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Let's see. I'm not as tactful as I was last time, so I'm gonna point out that it's falling apart. This place is falling apart. Oh, so you're the expert on how to take care of a mansion all of a sudden? It's not as easy as you'd think, okay? It takes a lot of time and resources. What you see right now is still livable, so mind your own damn business. Let's get this tour over with. Follow me. So far, so good. She still hates me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Tip: some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. I'm actually allergic to peanuts. Then I guess you'll just be having plain old regular J's. Or you can deal with your own food while you're in town. I don't care which. Well, I guess she's really not willing to share her mac and cheese, huh? You said someone actually cleans this place? Have you ever actually seen that happen? Or does this person just say they did it and leave? Oh, I keep a close watch on Janie. She cleans. Maybe it's not up to your sleek city standards, but this is an old house in the country. There's a level of dirt and grime you have to learn to live with. I'm just gonna let it go. Alright, sorry. Wonderful. Now that you're done insulting my kitchen, do you have any other questions before we move on to the next part of the tour? Is there somewhere in town? I might want to eat something other than jelly sandwiches this week. Is there somewhere in town where you can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online though, so I wouldn't be going with you. Let's see. All goes. Hi Dallas, welcome on in. We are starting a new playthrough, chapter 1, and the new traits that I chose were Keen Eye and it's not Third Eye, Mystical. So I have the ability to see mystical things, and I have a keen eye for some stuff. General store, how folksy. Is it? It's a store that fulfills your general shopping needs. General store just describes what it is. Alright, what's next on the tour? Bathroom, follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. There are 4 chapters out currently. I think 5 and 6 will be coming out together sometime this month. So yesterday we finished out chapter 4, which was the last one that we had a playthrough of. If you're curious what happened, let me see, try to remember. After the ghost haunting, Stella was missing. She wasn't responding to any of her texts, and we couldn't find her anyway. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can watch the recording. Yeah, I have the VOD for it, and then it's on YouTube or Twitch. But if you don't get to it in time on Twitch, it'll expire and go away. But YouTube, it won't expire and go away. It'll be there forever until I take it down or decide I don't want it there anymore. But yeah, so just a quick summary. We were looking for Stella but couldn't find her. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should just wait for you to watch it, because like some pretty weird shit happened that was like unexpected. We went to the clinic and it ended up Reese, that really sick kid, his mom was doping him with medications, and so the medications were what was making him sick. But it turns out the reason why she was doping him with medications is because when he gets angry, he turns into like a monster thing. And so like he had stopped taking the medications while I was over there, and he turned into a monster, was trying to kill the mom. It was crazy. And so I had to help the mom like trank him. And Wayne showed up and was helping out keep the guy from attacking us, Reese from attacking us. And then the dog squad. I got the dog squad to help me find Stella, and they found her at the location where her parents had gotten into a car accident and died. And so we found out what happened with her parents. Like, we knew they were in a car accident, but they showed like a flashback of what happened to her parents. And then she witnessed them getting decapitated. Like, I do not blame her for not wanting to go into a car ever again after that. And then I convinced her that her parents would want her to live her life and to not linger on them. And she was like, you're right. And so I walked her home. And then Wayne shows up and he walks me home, being all like, I gotta make sure you're safe. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, this guy, what is up with him? But yeah, there was a lot more other stuff that happened with like Sybil and Kanika, but it's too much to go into now. But it was definitely quite the crazy episode of stuff going on. Okay. Yeah. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Is that your cat? What's its name? Frou Frou. Do not try to pet her. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Alright, I'll leave the cat be this time. Yeah, no problem. You decide to follow Tabitha's advice. Shall we move on? The bathroom awaits. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Yes, bathroom. Not much to show, it's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. It is a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mysterious stains paint the floor. This person is not tactful, so I'm gonna say, since we didn't last time, this is the worst bathroom I've ever seen. You can practically hear Tabitha roll her eyes at you from the other side of the bathroom wall. It'd be a lot nicer if Janie didn't have a policy about bathrooms. She cleans mine, but refuses to do more than that, so you can blame her for the state of the place. Yeah, I'm gonna blame her when clearly someone's using it and dirtying it up. Sheesh. You remain silent. You silently stare at the monumental task in front of you. Wait, are you sure this toilet works? Yes, why wouldn't it? The water bills get paid, therefore the toilet works. Now do your business so we can move on. Sigh, okay, you sign resignation. Okay, that's the spirit. Lift the toilet seat. Ugh! Bug scared from the bowl as you lift the seat. You're good, actually. You aren't desperate enough for this. You know, on second thought, I don't think I need to go. You might as well try since we're here. Alright, suck it up and do your business. Toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh, and I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you better be grateful. Last week, huh? An unmistakable stain coats this room. Oh, this is my mystical ability. Seeing something. Someone has died here. No, people have died in here. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. What's with all the boxes? Old family stuff. What kind of family stuff? Unimportant family stuff. Let's go with mystical. People have died here, haven't they? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Obviously, people have died here. Well. Guess I'll... Oh, I haven't lied before saying this room is nice. Thank you. Let's do that. This is a nice room. Thank you. Good. You should be honored to stay in a historic landmark such as this. Every piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique, handed down through the family for generations. This is not an IKEA bedroom or whatever such nonsense you're used to in the city. Guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Tip: some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away and others down the line. Alright, we'll do keen eye. You know, we don't have to inherit our parents' bad blood. We can start fresh now that it's just us. Look, I'm sorry I've been testy since you've gotten here, but you aren't exactly one to talk. Clearly, you and I have very different opinions on hospitality. Maybe we can start fresh tonight. Just stay out of my hair until then, okay? I have work to do. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. The captain leaves through the front door. And now it's just you. You and the sprawling, decrepit estate. Alright. Go straight to the forbidden wings of the estate. We didn't do that last time. So let's do this time. With Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from going into the forbidden wings of the estate. Except for the locks and chains sealing them shut. Aw, man. Alright, settle into your room. Now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey sink into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. Stand at the entrance to your room. Let's see. Put your spare clothes in the dresser. Oh, it's Dustin! You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It is quiet but angry. Gently smack the opossum. Let me see. Oh, pardon me. You gently close the drawer, leaving the marsupial in peace. This drawer belongs to the opossum, and there's nothing you can do about it. You open the top drawer next. It's empty. As good a place as you'll find to put your clothes. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you'd have been better off keeping your clothes in your nice clean bag. There's no going back now. Let's check out the closet. Alright. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of the closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. Let's see. Leave the doll be. Don't want to touch it this time. But someone was in the closet in chapter 4 for some reason. Some things are best left untouched. You close the closet behind you. Look out the window. Don't see anybody out there watching me. You can only imagine how beautiful the gardens must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return it to its former glory. Once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the birdsong. Yeah, you definitely do that, just not right now. Let's examine the painting on the wall. This must be an older relative of yours, judging by the dates on the inscription. You've never heard of her, but you've barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for conversation. Alright, that's enough. It doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now. Might as well head into town. I'm not gonna make a jelly sandwich this time. Now that you're settled in, there's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you'd had known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension, though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Continue down the path. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. It's Gretchen! Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. Oh, pet the dog, pet the dog. You reach out and scratch Gretchen behind her ears. Her fur is soft and warm. She wheezes excitedly, digging her little nose into your palm and licking your hand. Oh, I'm so glad you two are getting along. Isn't she just the cutest? With how energetic she gets, you'd never know she's 17. Oh, little baby. That's amazing. 17, that's incredible. It sure is. I'm hoping she beats the current record holder and makes it to 19. Or better yet, 20. The more time we get together, the better. Isn't that right, Gretch? But what am I doing? I got so caught up in the excitement of meeting someone new that I entirely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of cool folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Panopause. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her all alone up in that big house. Let's see. Oh, I can do both mystical and keen eye. I don't know how she's doing. The real Tabitha is buried under whatever icy front she's putting on. Whoever she is, I don't think many people get to actually see that person. She's always been a little rough around the edges, to be honest. It's always been hard to tell if that's just the way she is, or if she's just been putting on an act her whole life. I think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself. Glad you're here. You being in town will probably do her good, even if she doesn't think so herself. Are you two friends? I was probably closer than most people have gotten to being able to call her a friend. The school here is really small, so everyone had to at least get along with everyone else. She was a grade ahead of me, but everyone knew her, especially since she's a Scarlet. We wound up bonding a bit when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. Then she graduated and that was that. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Let's go ahead and go with her. Sure, why not? Awesome, let's go. Person doesn't really seem to eat much in this game. The pleasant aroma. Oh, look, there's Janie and little Tulip. And the miners. People that we didn't know at the time, but now know who they are. Don't know who that is. Pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Let's see. I don't remember last time what I did, if I introduced myself or not. Let's just silently stare at the patrons. You silently stare at the patrons, unsure what to say or perhaps unwilling to break the silence. Hey, this is Tabitha's cousin. She just got into town for the funeral. I'm showing her around. Stella moves to the nearest booth and you quickly follow. There's no need to be nervous, you know. They won't bite. Keen eye. As you settle into the booth, you can't help but pick up some of the murmurs of conversation around you. Listen in. Stella turns to Gretchen while you take a quick look around the diner. At the counter, two policemen and a woman you assume to be the owner shoot sidelong glances in your direction while whispering to each other. That must be Vivian's kid. Never thought we'd actually meet her. Looks so much like her. Oh yes, those eyes are unmistakable. That haunted look. Whoa! I always thought it'd go away once she finally got out of this town, but I guess unhappiness was baked into her DNA. Wow, that's rude. Mm-hmm. Young mother and her syrup-stained child sit at the table across from you. Mommy, who's that? Don't stare, Tulip. That must be Miss Tabitha's cousin. Oh, so that's why she looks so sad. I would look sad too if I had to have Miss Tabitha as a cousin. Do you think Tabitha's cousin is mean too? I don't know. I'll find out next time I go visit Miss Tabitha. Are you gonna finish your pancakes? They're almost cold, Sweet Pea, and we've got to get home to help Daddy. Far back corner, a man sits alone at a small table, sipping coffee and reading a paper. Why are the strangers who wander into town never gorgeous blonde ladies of an appropriate age? Why is it always coal boys, punks, and whippersnappers? Okay, dude. Lastly, a group of coal miners sit hunched around the corner booth, readily scarfing down heaping plates of food. What do you think? Another youngin' looking for mine work? No way. Clearly don't got the stomach for it. That's gotta be the boss's cousin. There's that funeral this week, if I'm remembering right. For old Miss Pearl Ann. May she rot in peace. Oh, let the lady rest, Zax. One shouldn't speak ill of the dead, no matter how foul they were, especially before they've been so much as laid to rest. If you've been around in her... If you'd have been around in her heyday, you'd be speaking ill too, Rodriguez. He's right. Nastiest woman I've ever met. That Tabitha's a blessing compared to her. Curse a whole lot of them. May every scarlet burn in hell. That's enough of that. Hey, Stella. I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They quietly place a cup of coffee in front of Stella. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Tip, you can hit the H button so that you can see cute little Gretchen eating the bacon. Anything for you? The name's Avery. I'll be taking care of you today. Let's see. Let's order a biscuit and coffee. Could I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good. Best in the county. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always a reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids. I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Sounds neat. Maybe I'll check some of those things out. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? Let's see... Keen eye. Do you have something in mind? Something's telling me this is a loaded question. Was I being that obvious? My job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with a camera, and it's always better when someone else is there too. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns biscuit in tow. Here's your biscuit. When he says it's on the house, she sends her condolences. You haven't introduced yourself. Her condolences? I haven't introduced myself. Oh, sorry. It's just that most people in town know about you. Sorry, I'm sure that must seem creepy. Oh well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. The Holler's a small place. Everybody knows everybody, and that includes extended family. Let's see. It's all good. I was just caught off guard a little. Phew, glad that didn't freak you out too much. Yeah, and don't worry. Nothing Pearland said about you will stick, that's for sure. You can just make a good first impression and wipe the slate clean with the whole town. Oh god, what was she saying about me? Ah, jeez, look. I'm sorry I said anything. Hey, don't worry about it. Pearland was a gossip, and would do this sort of thing with everyone. Spreading weird little rumors about folks was kind of her trademark. But enough about your aunt. You've got a biscuit to enjoy. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate, fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. A warmth emanates from its surface. You don't even need to taste it to know that it is good. Divinity given buttery form. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth, as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. This is the best biscuit you've ever had, but you're not too big on biscuits in general. I don't think I actually like biscuits. Like, I know this is a really good biscuit, and I'd eat it again. But if this is the best the world of biscuits has to offer, consider me unimpressed. Oh, I didn't realize I was gonna be rude about that answer. Aw, sorry to hear that. I want to go back! Each their own, I guess. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Haha, oh Avery, I'm not famous. You're the only person I know that's been on the news. If that's not famous, then I don't know what is. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Let's see. Let's say... What kind of videos do you do? I don't think I said that last time. I think I just said, wow, that's rad. Cool, what kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. You should really check out her channel, Pinopos. It's amazing. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. You know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of the footage at the time. It really wound up being numbers. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. Then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Despite the shaky camera footage, you can clearly make out the shape of the creature's head and its relative body proportions. You're pretty sure it's a cat, and a big one at that. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also have people saying it was a dog, or even a capybara, that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, but I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. And I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. Let's see. Looks like a big cat. See, it's got those little kitty cat ears right there. Maybe it's a mountain lion. No, no way. It is absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found Jack squat. There's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. There's always people keeping those things as exotic pets. Kind of a Stuart Gator type situation. Yeah, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free, and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. Aww. Poor little Grudge, it's so sad she doesn't have any more bacon. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We won't even have to camp anywhere. I'm just gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers! I should probably get back to it instead of sitting around chatting with friends anyway. See y'all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Cave. Interesting. Tell me more. Well, it's kind of like Bigfoot, only smellier. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck, playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So, what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky, that sort of thing. Don't know if I should go into the woods with her or try to get some more stuff going by not going out with her. Let's say, how about a rain check? I'm still trying to get the lay of the land here. But tonight's going to be perfect for the hunt. You'll be able to see the stars at night with no light pollution whatsoever. You're guaranteed to encounter some interesting wildlife, and best of all, you get to eat hiking snacks. They're my favorite part of hiking, so I always have a full stock. Most of the snacks are homemade too, in case that tempts you. I really want to know what's going to happen if I don't go with her. Alright. I just have to... say no. I think I'm good. Thanks for the invite, but it's been a long trip. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but I guess I get it. You'll be missing out, though. A moment of not-so-comfortable silence hangs between you. I'll see you around, yeah? And tell Tabby I'm here if she ever needs me. Stella slides out of the booth, Gretchen in tow, and heads to the counter to pay. You're all alone in the booth. Stella already paid, but that doesn't mean you can't leave a tip. Should you, though? Let's leave a tip, I guess. You reach into your pocket and pull out a single crumpled dollar bill and a quarter. You leave the money on the table and follow Stella out of the diner. Hanging out with Stella managed to pass some time, but there's plenty of daylight left. Maybe it's worth spending more time exploring the town. Let's go to the general store. You wander into the quaint little general store. It's not as put together as some of the others you saw along your journey. It seems to reflect the state of the town, with its meager offerings of dented canned goods and neglected tourist trap trinkets. Feels like an old place that is slowly limping its way to the modern day, lagging behind by just enough to be eternally unfashionable. A run-down, country ambiance clashes terribly with the goth woman behind the counter, who has been eyeing you with something between curiosity and dawning horror. Oh my god. She was clearly trying to say it quietly, but of course you heard her. You're the only two people here. There's also something about her that you recognize, a closeness of spirit that makes her feel familiar to you, despite the obvious fact that you've never met. Talk to the clerk. Hi, are you looking for something in particular? Let's see. Sorry, but if I do mystical, it kind of sounds like I'm picking her up. See, I'll just go with mystical instead of keen eye. Sorry, but do I know you? You feel so weirdly familiar. I'd be surprised if you did. I'm Kanika. And you must be Pandapaws. Nobody thought you were actually gonna show up. It's like Bigfoot just walked in. Let's see. Everyone in this town is so friendly. I just got biscuits with this Stella girl I met on the street, and she tried to get me to go into the woods with her. Oh, you've already met Stella. Great. She's a much better welcoming committee than I am. I take it you didn't take her up on it? I used to help her film stuff out in the woods all the time, back when we were still in school. Let's see. What do you think of Scarlet Hollow? Do you want me to be honest, or do you want me to sound like a tour guide? If you want me to go tour guide mode, it has nice trees in autumn, though so does the rest of western North Carolina. If you want my honest opinion, I think this town is rotty from the inside, and it's only a matter of time until it finally breathes its last. But, again, nice trees in autumn. So you know Stella? Oh yeah, I know Stella. We're the same age, which is a pretty big deal when you live in a town this size. We went to school together from K through 12. Tabitha was there too, a year ahead of us? Not that a year gives you any distance in a school that small. Anyways, Stella's probably the coolest person in town. She's a YouTuber, and she's getting pretty big too. You might have seen some of her videos if you're into creepy stuff. It's mostly her running around the woods looking for fake animals, which she doesn't find, but it's got a great found footage appeal to it. Even though I don't believe in that stuff, every episode she gets me wondering if this is the one where she finds something weird out there. What is there to do in town? I have a lot of time to kill. If you're looking for something exciting, you definitely came to the wrong place. The only restaurant we have in town is the diner. The only real place to hang out is probably the library. There's a gas station, for what that's worth. And there's a bar, but it's not exactly a place you'd want to go. It's a dive that's always full of minors. Pretty sure someone at the diner is throwing a party this weekend, in case you want to go to a weird house party with a bunch of strangers the day before a funeral. If I were you, I would just wait out the week. Read a book and hope that days pass quickly. Then go back to your life and forget you were ever here. Guess I'll say... It was nice chatting. I'll get out of your hair now, but I'm sure I'll see you around. Yeah, I'm sure I'll see you around. This town's like 3 streets wide. Alright. Find yourself on Scarlet Hollow's desolate main street once again. It looks like the sun's finally starting to set. Maybe you'll see if a sleepy southern town like Scarlet Hollow has a vibrant nightlife another day, but for now, you feel ready to head back to the estate. Oh, I guess it's forced me to go back to the estate. Can't change my mind and go with Stella, huh? You return to the dirt road, beginning the trek back up towards the estate. As the sun sinks deeper into the horizon, the sky is flooded with orange and pink hues. Shadows around you darkening and stretching out over the path. The mountains seem to make night come quickly here, their rounded hills blotting out the dying sun prematurely, casting the valley of Scarlet Hollow in an eerie autumn twilight. Had a long day. Between traveling and meeting all these strangers, the dusty bed that awaits you back at the estate is starting to sound. You pause mid-thought. Something is standing in the tree line, watching you, trying to be very still. It's a cat, and a very big one. Oh my god, I see it. It's right there. Is this what you saw in Stella's footage? There's a tension that chills you in a way that extends beyond the physical threat the creature poses. Something about the way it looks at you feels wrong. Distant, like it's both looking at you and looking through you at the same time. Continuing towards the estate, maintaining eye contact. You continue down the path towards the estate, turning as you go to maintain eye contact with the creature. Neither you nor it blink. Foliage in the tree line snaps and crunches as you walk, matching your pace. It would seem that the creature you've encountered is intent on stalking you. Oh god! And then it emerges, an honest-to-goodness mountain lion. There's something horribly wrong with it. You reflect on the tension you felt when you first caught a glimpse of it in the woods. This creature isn't just ill, something is replacing it. It takes yet another step towards you, drool leaking from its slack mouth. Why would I start filming? Oh man. Oh, I don't know what to do! Running does not seem like a good option, but... You just run. You turn tail, trying to outrun the sickly thing. You hear the rustling of leaves as it dashes after you, gaining ground by the second until there's a heavy thump as it connects. You find yourself tumbling forward, pitching over the side of the road, and rolling downhill. It's disorienting. You find it to be almost impossible to stop yourself, the incline too steep, every attempt ending in more scratches and bumps from the rough terrain of the mountainside. You finally land with a breath-stealing thump in a small copse of trees, battered and bruised, bleeding from the thorny shrubbery, but not dead. Oh no! It doesn't bother trying to hide now, leaping down into the clearing with killing intent in its wide yellow eyes, ready to finish what it started, and then... The evening air is pierced with the sound of a gunshot. The mountain lion is gone in a flash, leaving a thin trail of blood behind as it disappears into the dark woods beyond the path. Damn, nearly had the thing. And I nearly had you too! Who the hell are you and what are you doing out here? Looking to get shot? Let's see. You saved my life! And you ruined my shot. I nearly had the damn thing before. Wait a tick. There's something awfully familiar about you. He looks you up and down with his good eye. You're that Scarlet kid everyone's been saying wasn't gonna show. Well, I apologize for my brusqueness. I'm sorry for you and mishap with this loss. You can call me Duke. Duke seems to think for a moment, glancing up at the darkening sky. You better not keep walking around on your own out here, not with that thing on the prowl. I'd hate to think anything might happen to you without me around to save your skin. Tell you what, tag along with me while I finish what we started, and I'll be sure to get you home safe. I'd wager Miss Tabitha would appreciate somebody looking out for you. There's something wrong with that mountain lion. Probably got the cancer, had all them lumps. Doesn't mean it's any less dangerous. If I had to guess, I'd say it's more deadly than ever now that it sees death coming for it, as you well know. When's the last time you heard of a mountain lion attacking anybody, especially on this side of the continent? You're one of a lucky few, so don't ruin it by going off and dying alone in the woods after your God did you a favor. I appreciate you looking out for me too, thanks. Didn't you already thank me? You ain't one of them folks who won't shut up about thanking someone who helped them once, are you? It don't matter. Stick with me and we'll make sure it doesn't get the chance to take a chunk out of anybody. I don't like the thought of a man-eater like that around my town. You and Duke make your way into the dark woods, following the trail of blood the mountain lion left behind. Great, I ended up in the woods anyways! I was just trying to get home! Before long, the sun has completely set, and the two of you find yourselves in near total darkness. Though Duke has a flashlight, he uses it sparingly, letting you both adjust to the starlight instead. Every sound feels deafening as the two of you pick your way through the underbrush. Every snapping twig could be the deadly paws of the thing that hunted you. Every rustling leaf, the herald of a vicious attack. Though you know deep down it's probably nothing but squirrels and shrews. Till you hear the unmistakable sound of something large shifting among the fallen leaves. Gotcha! The old man quietly steps forward, gun held at the ready. What the hell? Duke, you scared me. What are you doing out here so late? Stella, I'd ask you the same, but I'm sure I know what has you slinking around after dark. Do you know how close I just came to putting a hole in you? But you didn't. No harm, no foul. What are you doing with Panda Paws? I thought she was going home. Gretchen's little nose seems to pick up something she doesn't like. She thrashes in Stella's arms, whining threateningly. Oh, calm down, girl. You know Panda Paws. I swear, it gets so hard to hold on to her when she gets like this. Sometimes it feels like she's only geriatric when she wants to be. It's alright, little lady. You're safe so long as you got your mama looking after you. Unlike you, Stella, if you decide to keep on doing whatever it is you're doing out here, I think you'll find these woods ain't agreeable tonight. Panda Paws here had a run-in you wouldn't believe. So just go on home and save all this for some other night. Wait, a run-in? What kind of run-in? Was it supernatural? Like I said, you won't believe it. Now put that dang camera away. Let's see. I was attacked by a mountain lion. You know, the kind you said didn't exist in these parts. Oh, I see. She's been trying to fill your head with her nonsense, too. It's not nonsense, it's... Don't you get started, Stella Richmond. We was both there. We saw the damn thing. It was a mountain lion, plain and simple. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just that I did that whole video on them and found absolutely no evidence that they exist out here. Eastern mountain lions are extinct. There hasn't been a sighting in decades. Ugh, we got a couple mountain lions in our backyard. I think it was a few months ago that Dad said that he saw a mama mountain lion with some baby mountain lions. Maybe not mountain lions. So it's a little... the small kind. Bobcat. That's what it was. Bobcat. Not a mountain lion. Bobcat. There hasn't been a sign in decades until now. Your friend here damn near got eaten by one. So if you don't want your last video to be found 20 years from now next to a pile of your bones in the den of some long dead creature, you'd best get out of these woods. That would be so cool. No, it would not! Your mom and daddy are spinning in their graves hearing talk like that. If they ain't around to stop you, then I'll take on that responsibility. Get on. Go on. Get. The old man shoos her away. Fine, fine, I'll go. Despite Stella's apparent willingness to back down, an existential dread begins to settle into your spine. Something fated has been locked in stone. Somebody here is going to die tonight. Oh no! We all need to get out of the woods right now. If we don't, someone here is going to die tonight. I feel like maybe if I warn them, they probably won't believe me though. I even tried to warn them. Fate is fate. There's no resisting it. You know this. Oh, you're just shook up from earlier. No one's gonna die. Except the mountain lion, of course. And Miss Richmond here. She doesn't keep to her word. No, I'm totally just going home, like I said. Thanks, Duke. Later, Panopause. Let me know if you see anything cool. And with that, she's off. It's just you and Duke in the dark woods once again. Damn, we've been stopped too long. Now the old hip is starting to voice his complaints. There's an overlook just up this way. Let's sit a spell. I brought a few victuals along, if you're peckish. You find your way... Oh, there's something in the woods looking at me. Find your way along the narrow path and emerge on a rocky outcropping, overlooking the dark forest. The sky above is smeared with stars, more than you have ever seen before. Duke interrupts the serenity of the scene with his old man grunts, folding his creaky joints as he settles in on a nearby log. He starts rustling through a small pack you hadn't noticed he was carrying, pulling out some beef jerky and a couple of beers. At least it's a nice night, even if the circumstances leave something to be desired. Help yourself to jerky. As for the beer, I was planning on having both cans myself. But I suppose I can be convinced to spare one. Serious about that feeling I got, Duke. Something bad's going to go down tonight. I ain't gotta put stock in that superstitious whims of a stranger. Besides, you had a run-in with that critter. That ain't the sort of thing a person should just let live. This goes beyond protecting my livestock now. Can't believe Stella wouldn't believe us about the mountain lion. Are they really that rare up here? If you ask most people, there ain't been any in these parts for decades. But everybody who lives deep enough in the hills has a story or two about seeing one. Not that anybody believes us. And if we don't manage to... Oh, I thought I saw something behind the thing. It's just whatever that is, lurking, staring. And if we don't manage to bag that son of a bitch, you'll have one of them stories too. Then you'll get rare pleasure of telling people what you've seen with your own two eyes and never having nobody believe you. For a moment you think you catch something in the tree line. From out of the corner of your eye, but before you can see anything, it's gone. Ah, the eyes are gone. I was wondering, how did you find me? I've been on that thing's trail all day. I've got myself a personal vendetta. It's been after my chickens. I've seen it around my property a few times now, and the next day, I always have a bird or two missing. Those birds are like family to me. I raised them from eggs. They know me by sight, like I'm their daddy, so it means something to me when some creature sets their sights on my hens. That thing shoots to the top of my list of enemies. And I suppose it sees some commonalities between you and my chickens. I didn't expect to find a near stranger out there on the wrong end of that thing, but I'm glad I did, for your sake. About what you said earlier, why did everyone think I wasn't going to come for the funeral? That'd be Miss Pearl Ann's doing. She was never very kind when talking about your side of the family. Bless her heart, and God rest her soul, of course. But she told everybody your side of the family had sworn off Scarlet Hollow, everyone who lived here, so nobody around these parts thought we'd be seeing much of you. What do you think of Tabitha? You can be honest. You say that as if I would have a bad word to say about her. I think she knows the value of hard work, and I think she and your whole family have been the lifeblood of this town for longer than I've been alive. And they're the whole reason any new jobs come out this way that ain't just some tourist bullcrap. We have the Scarlets to thank that this place ain't just a glorified theme park like some other towns I can name. I don't want to be a local flavor character selling my produce at some cutesy farm stand to folks up from the city who think they want homegrown goods but get nervous if they see a brown spot. So I'm grateful to Miss Tabitha and will hear no slander to her good name. So dude, tell me about yourself. You want to know about me? I can't say I know what there is to tell. I've got a beautiful wife, Irma, who I love to hell and back, and we've got our boy Beau and our little farm. And our closest neighbor is that bastard Julius Tremaine. That's neither here nor there. Tell me, what's the biggest pumpkin you've ever seen? I've only ever seen them at the grocery store, so grocery store sized. Dick pulls out his wallet, flipping it open to a photograph of a very, very large pumpkin. Big Betty's my biggest yet, but you didn't know pumpkins. Bet you didn't know pumpkins could ever even get so big. Me and Beau are taking her down to the fair this week, aiming to take home the blue ribbon. Oh dang-a-lang, that is big. How did it get so big? Patience and dedication, and a whole lot of water. Oh, and a chicken mug, which of course we got plenty of. Less lately, what with the mountain lion, but even if we don't manage to track it down tonight, it don't look like that thing is long for this world. One way or another, it will soon cease to be on my list of problems. How the hell are you getting that thing to the fair? We got ourselves a hay lifter, and of course Beau is a big help. That boy is built like a bull. We tend to put him on the other end of the lift as a counterweight. That ain't to say it's easy. We've lost one or two over the years from mishandling. Not showstoppers like Betty, of course, but it still stung. Even now that we got the hang of things, it's still gonna give me a heart attack to see her lifted up and not know whether something might go wrong. What a pumpkin. She's gorgeous. She really is. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get a glimpse of her when she's on her way out of town. She really is something you need to see with your own eyes. Pictures don't do her justice. Let's see. Seems like you and Stella go way back. What do you think of her? What do I think? I think she's a nice young lady, and she's been through a lot in her short time on this earth. He lets a conspicuous silence fall between the two of you. Thinking about her parents rolling in their graves. Are they both dead? Yes, they are. God rest their souls. He takes a quiet, contemplative sip of beer. Seem like you have more to say about her. And my place to say. Alright, let's see. What else? My cousin must... You open your mouth to speak, but before you get the words out, your phone buzzes in your pocket. You're getting a phone call. It's your cousin. Pick up the phone. Panopause, where did you go? Are you dead? Can you come get me? I'm in the woods. Oh. I almost got eaten by a mountain lion. I wandered around in the woods with some old guy with a shotgun. You what? No wonder you sound like you're inside a blender. Your reception must be terrible out there. That's Miss Tabitha. You should tell her you're with old Duke. She'll know me. Clearly, I don't need to explain that being in the woods, especially at night, is a bad thing. Get the old guy to take you back to town, now. And tell her how I saved your life too, so she knows you're in good hands. There's a sound nearby, a scuffling, and then... What in the... Oh no. I'll see you in town. You hang up the phone, interrupting Tabitha as her voice crackles some command through the bad reception. The rustling grows louder. That must be my birdie. She's still alive. Oh no. The old man takes a step towards the tree line. Get your thieving little hands off her! Duke charges forward, flashlight in hand, crashing through the brush. Damn, that thing is fast. Which way did it go? There's an odd sound nearby, though it isn't the sound of whatever the two of you were chasing. It's a human voice, and one you recognize immediately. It would appear that Stella didn't leave the woods after all. Ahem! It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but... Duke stops mid-stride to listen, his hearing evidently not quite as sharp as yours. Damn it, I know that voice. There appears to be some kind of growth. I've never seen anything like it. Jeez, I hope I don't get demonetized for this. Stella, I swear to God, didn't I tell you you're going home? The two of you emerge into the clearing, revealing what Stella had been filming so intently. It's Birdie, her little chicken body panting desperate breaths as she lies in a crumpled heap at Stella's feet. Birdie, oh no, what's happened to you, sweetheart? Duke, I just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. I'm sorry, Duke. I'm sorry, too. I know how much you love your chickens. If you really give two shits, you'll delete that footage. Nobody needs to see her like this. Let's see. This is just like that mountain lion. As you and Duke and Stella take stock of the situation, a sound begins to wrap around you, gently at first, barely a whisper. Then a guttural moan, and then another, and another, until suddenly you find yourself surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. I think we should get out of here. Agreed. We've all had enough excitement. Come on, Birdie, let's get you home. Are you guys hearing this? She starts filming again. As Duke scoops up the injured Birdie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all suddenly surrounded, the strange sounds coming closer, growing bolder. What in the hell is that? Don't you step another foot closer, I'll shoot. Don't think I won't. The man hesitates and the thing steps forward, fixing what seems to be its eyes on Birdie, tucked under Duke's arm. Gretchen starts making ungodly noises, screaming and howling along with the den around you. No! Stella turns just in time to see another of the creatures slithering out from the bush. Gretchen whines and barks, reaching a fevered pitch as another creature's malformed hands grasp at her. Oh my god! What's going on over there? As Duke glances back, everything seems to happen at once. A patter of unnatural feet and then chaos. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence, as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to rush with Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. Shit, shit, get your grubby little hands off my bird! I helped Gretchen last time. I should help Duke this time to see what happens, but then Gretchen will die. Help Duke. You rush forward, shoving the awful thing away from Duke and Birdie. Your hands collide with smooth, doughy, and structured flesh. It feels like you've just shoved a loose bag of organs. It barely staggers back, the shove having done little more than shift the thing's attention to you. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. And now it lies in a heap on the ground, its malformed insides oozing out onto the dead leaves. God damn thing. Gretchen! Both turn just in time to see Gretchen disappear into the underbrush. Her yelps grow distant as she's dragged away. Stella wastes no time in diving after her, rushing headlong into the dark woods. Damn it, Stella! Come on, we can't lose her! The two of you chase after her, following Stella in her pursuit of the thing that stole her dog. Good God, there's tons of the damn things. You and Duke push to keep pace with Stella's desperate footfalls, doing your best to ignore the sudden abundance of pale faces leering at you from the trees. What in the hell are they? Where are they coming from? Oh my god. What the hell? This question is seemingly answered when you burst through the trees and into a clearing. Stella, too, is stalked by the sight and smell of what has been arranged here. She stands with you at its edge, overlooking the bizarre pattern of animal corpses, their rot flavoring the air. Gretchen is among them, the newest addition to the ring, lying paralyzed and whimpering under one of the creatures. Its pale, doughy form is crouched protectively over its catch. It has already started its work. Gretchen! She tries to step forward, but Duke pulls her back. Mountain line from before. Where? We'll be able to save Gretchen with one of these options. Oops. Dude, give me your gun. We can't let them have Gretchen. Figures appear at the edges of the clearing. Oh, they're surrounding you. Shit. Stella turns back for a moment, her eyes first on Duke before flitting to yours. Duke, listen to her. Duke cautiously hands you the gun, and you level it at Gretchen. You take a deep breath, aiming carefully. Make it count, Panopause. Pull the trigger. You pull the trigger and the shot rings out over the clearing. Creatures scatter at the sudden noise, and the three of you run as well, Duke taking his gun back from your shaking hands. The whispers of the creatures still murmur in the trees around you, following your movement. My truck's parked out on the trail. Let's get the hell out of here. Duke leads the charge back through the woods, though the creatures clearly aren't done with you. They fill the woods around the path, leaning out with grasping hands, their stares fixed on Birdie. They want Birdie, Duke. They can want what they want. It don't mean they're getting it. You make it to the road, but three of the creatures stand between you and Duke's truck. You've stolen from them, Duke. You have to give them back what's theirs. Panopause is right, Duke. Birdie, she's part of their brood now. Is this what you want? Is this what you want, you sons of bitches? Fine, take her. Take her and leave us be. Duke. Now, Stella, I know you got trouble with vehicles, but I won't hear any nonsense about you walking back to town. You hear? Get in the truck. Oh, man. Sir. Really? Is there any way? Oh, she'll be okay, right? She'll be fine. We just have to grab her. She'll be just like Birdie soon, won't she? Figures appear at the edges of the clearing. They're surrounding you. Better get a move on one way or another. Standing around ain't doing us any favors. Duke, hand me your shotgun. Shit. Oh no. Duke cautiously hands off the gun to Stella. She levels it at her dog. She's not going to get like that. I won't let it happen. As long as she's the one to kill her instead of me. Like Birdie is dead, maybe Gretchen will be fine. Stella glances down at Birdie, her body limp and sickly and bloated with parasitic growth, her eyes nearly glassed over. I can't see her like that. Stand firm. She only hesitates for a moment before pulling the trigger. The shot rings out over the clearing. Okay. I don't think there's a way to save her. But... let's go back to what I did. Okay, so I misunderstood the first time. I was aiming at Gretchen the whole time. Okay. Oh, it's so upsetting. Alright. I won't hear any nonsense about you walk back to town. You're getting the truck. Sense a slight bit of hesitation, Stella pauses on the path next to you. Okay. Squeeze into Duke's tiny two-seater truck, tucking your legs on either side of the gear shift. Stella is quiet and stiff next to you, her shoulder rigid as she squeezes into the tiny cab. Just gonna remain silent. You let the silence continue, staring out at the road ahead. Every now and then you spot what look like pale, anguished faces peeking out from between the trees, before vanishing back into the underbrush. Soon the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to uneven pavement, and the truck comes to stop in front of a small cottage. Here we are, Stella, safe and sound. You gonna be alright tonight? Yeah, of course, I'm fine. Too wound up for sleep, though. I don't know about you two, but I need answers. It's a long shot, but my friend's mom is a weird hippie lady. She knows all about local wildlife and local myths and legends. Maybe she would have some idea what those things were. I say we go over and show her what we have. Are you guys with me? Hell no. I'm a God-fearing man. I don't go to that witch woman for nothing. Besides, my bed is crying out to me. I need sleep before I give anything that happened tonight another thought. The only reason I'm still here is to deliver Panopods to Miss Tabitha as requested. She said she'd be around here somewhere. Where have you been? Tabby, hey! Stella, I'm trying to talk to my cousin. I called you over an hour ago. How did you manage to get that lost? I'm afraid it's my fault, ma'am. The woods were not as safe as they usually are, and we got ourselves a little turned around out there. But there's no need to fear. I made sure your cousin was in one piece every step of the way, despite the best efforts of the local wildlife. Panopods, has this man been harassing you? No way, this dude saved my life. Stella, is that true? I wasn't there for that part, but I'd believe it. Duke is that kind of guy. Okay, but don't think surviving whatever happened out there means you can make this a nightly event. Your cousin sighs heavily. Thought I could leave you alone for 2 seconds since you're supposedly an adult, but clearly you need more supervision than that. You know, Tabby, I was just suggesting we head over to Kanika's mom and ask her what she thinks we saw in the woods tonight. You should come too. Sybil? Absolutely not. It's late. I'm taking Panopods home. Good night, Stella and Farmer. Name's Duke, ma'am. Wait, Stella, where's your dog? Oh, she's no longer with us, Miss Tabitha. Oh. She was pretty old though, right? You knew it was coming sooner or later. Yeah. Tabitha, we really need to tell you about what happened tonight. You wouldn't believe what we saw. The woods were full of these weird lumpy things. They were kind of like gnomes, but... Gnomes? You're right, I wouldn't believe it. So let's go ahead and skip to the part at the end where I say it was probably nothing and you're all overreacting. Pardon the correction, ma'am. These kids are telling the honest truth. There are some strange things out there I ain't never seen their like before. Okay, if these gnome things have you all so freaked out, don't go in the woods. Very easy. Tell me what your friend's mom says, Stella. Here's my number. Text me. Nate, will do. Oh, fantastic. Now you're friends. You're gonna make problems for me all week, aren't you, Stella? Just in it for the love of the game, Tabby. Duke and Panopods and I all saw some insane stuff tonight. We all want to make sense of it. It's my job, after all. Don't make problems for me this week, Stella. Unravel this mystery in your own time, but leave my cousin out of it. Pleasure to see you as always, Miss Tabitha. I'm sorry for your loss. Tabitha doesn't respond as she escorts you towards her old BMW. Stella and Duke's voices fade away as you walk down the dark street with your cousin. Thankfully, there are no odd owl-like voices echoing out of the woods either. The night fills with the comforting songs of crickets. You and Tabitha step into her car. It feels like a lifetime since you've been in the seat. But the truth is, it's been fewer than 12 hours. The smell inside is oddly comforting, like there's some bone-deep recognition that smells like family. Oh, shit! Your cousin reaches for the headlights. Pando paws. You can ever so faintly make out the name tag on his jacket, Wayne. Welcome home. You're finally where you're meant to be. The figure steps out of the light, disappearing back into the darkness of the woods. Who was that? Why did he know my name? Just one of the miners being dramatic. Everyone here knows your name. I'm sure you knows that. It's not a big deal. He was covered in blood. You don't know it was blood. You saw him for 2 seconds. It could have been engine grease or some other dark fluid. Blood is the least likely thing for it to be. Don't freak yourself out over nothing. As she turns on the engine, her keys rattle, betraying the fresh tremor in her hands. She's just as nervous as you. You both ride in silence back up to the estate. Stars vaguely illuminate its hulking shape, perched on the cliffside. Despite the warm porch light, it feels even more abandoned than it did during the day, its windows dark and lifeless. Well, see you in the morning. Duke didn't want to talk to that civil lady either. Is there something weird about her? She's a hippie, that's all. He's being sensible. You never know what's going to come out of her mouth. Sure, she was going to take you all dead seriously and say she knew exactly what you saw out there, that it's some mythical creature just like Stella hoped, and give you tea about it. Waste of time. If you really want to keep an eye on me, maybe I can go to work with you tomorrow. What, are you trying to angle your way into the family business? The answer is no. Drawing a line and you better not cross it. Tabitha, why won't you just believe me that something weird is going on around here? Why would I believe you? I wouldn't believe a kid if they told me there was a monster in their closet. Same thing. It's not like you need to worry about it anyway. When the week is over, you won't have to concern yourself with whether or not there's something in the woods. Good night, Tabitha. Sleep tight. Love you. Okay. Cousin heads upstairs, giving you a dismissive wave as she makes her way to her bedroom. You follow suit, climbing up the creaky stairs to your own waiting bed with its ancient dusty sheets. From the relative safety of this uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters, and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down, you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. Oh, Gretchen. I can't imagine doing that scene with Gretchen with animal talks. Being able to hear her cry out for her master. Oh. Oh, there's Reese. Oh, and there's the ghost The bloody room, Rosalina's room. And there's whatever animal creature lives with the alpacas. Big Betty. The mine. There's the room we saw when we were possessed by ghosts. Alright. Gonna end it there for today. Thank you so much for joining me as I played the game. Poor little Gretchen. So next time we'll start chapter 2 and see what other paths we can unlock in Scarlet Hollow while waiting for chapter 5 and 6 to release. Bye. Thank you so much.